Hi there, welcome back. Right, let's get straight to Mikel Arteta. The Arsenal boss has been reflecting just now on what was a pretty good weekend for them.
Since the win over Fulham at the weekend, just how pleased were you with that victory and the mentality you showed to get over the line?
Well, very happy, obviously, and especially after international breaks, when you know that you have to again align and regroup everybody, and you could tell that in the first 10 minutes that we were a bit still getting that rhythm. But afterwards, I think watching the game back, that we deserve to win the game. There are things to improve, but we take the win and we move on now for the Champions League match.
And just a question on fitness. Piero Hincapié trained before the match against Fulham, but wasn't in the squad. Saw him on the pitch earlier. Is he available for tomorrow?
Yeah, he will be available, and I think that game came a bit too early for him, so he had another 2 very good sessions, and now he's ready to go.
And coming up against Diego Simeone tomorrow, even one of the world's best managers, how highly do you rate him?
Well, at the highest level. I mean, I think what he's done since he got to Atletico has been outstanding. Not only what he have achieved, but the way he's done it. I think the identity that he has created to the club, to the team, the spirit, I think they are very simple and clear to identify, and that's because the manager is very much them. And that's extremely difficult to achieve for a short period of time, and to do it for 14 years, I think he's been there now. It's something incredible, so yeah, a pleasure to meet him.
After the match, there was a picture that went round of William Saliba on the team coach, already watching Atletico Madrid. How did that come about, and how pleased you to see your players already turning on to the next fixture?
Very pleased, because I didn't encourage it. So it came from them, and that's the most powerful thing, that a game finishes, the job is done, and we've done it, but now, okay, what's next, and what's the next challenge, what's the next opportunity? And we know that it's going to be a really tough one, so the earlier we start to think about it and prepare, the better. So I love that initiative from the players, and it tells you how much they want it, and how focused they are in what is next.
Garmish from Sky.
Hi.
Hi.
You mentioned Diego Simeone there, approaching 14 years. You're approaching 6 years at Arsenal. Do you look at Simeone as maybe an inspiration and maybe something that you'd like to do at this club?
Well, obviously there is someone that I look up to and learn from it in many situations, and what is for me outstanding is his passion. I think for how long he's been in the game and in the same club with the same players, how you still have that handle and that capacity to transmit such an energy and willingness to win. And then, yeah, it's a very tough environment that we live in, and to keep convincing players, you have to be extraordinarily well. I don't know him personally, but everything that I heard about him is that he's so good at doing that. That's the reason, one of the reasons why you are able to sustain at that level.
He's been linked with the Premier League on numerous occasions. Is he someone you'd like to see come to the Premier League?
He's going to get tougher. We have enough and super good managers here, so I don't know, that will be completely up to him. If one day he wants to experience that, what I can say is that what I've seen, and after analyzing the team, how well they are coached.
Just reflecting on your last 3 games in the Premier League, there's 1 point from those 3 games last season. You've got 9 out of 9 this time. What's changed, and what lessons have you learned, not just from those games, but from last season?
Well, we have to obviously get as much information as we can and understand the reasons why we dropped at some points there, and then try to implement them. But to be fair, sometimes from a draw to a win, there are details and things that have to go your way. But it's true that the team shows a different kind of maturity, threat, and probably conviction at this stage. But it's still very early. We have to do it now for another 30 games, and that's going to be the objective.
You say it's very early. The bookies have already made you the favourites for the title. Do you embrace that? And do you think you are the favourites now?
The only thing that I embrace is when I see the team, the energy, the temperature, the commitment, and the quality that they can deliver, that it gives me that conviction that we can go all the way. But that's it. That's just a feeling that the next day you have to prove it, the next training session you have to prove it, and nothing else, and we cannot be busy thinking about those topics.
Thank you.
Simon Standard.
Okay, just on carry on with Simeone, when you started here, did you look at the way Atletico, how he sort of moulded the club's culture and his image, and you took from that something you wanted to do when you tried to mould the culture here?
No, I think I got that done more through my experiences and my beliefs, and especially my understanding of Arsenal and this football club I am experiencing here. Because I think to put a different context to this one, it's extremely difficult. And at the end, I think you have to be authentic to your beliefs, your way of dealing with people, especially, which is the most important thing when you talk about culture. And slowly, yeah, you have an idea, and you have to, after through that, sometimes change a little bit the trajectory to understand what is the best for the club.
I just want to ask you one on the defence. Obviously, the numbers have been incredible this season. We've seen Gabriel Heinze, who joined in the summer. We see a lot of the warm-ups in working with the defenders, very animated. What's he sort of brought to the defence this season, and what's he like as a coach that he's added to your set this year?
Well, I think that's something very, very collective with all the coaches, with the players, with their commitments as well. And Gabi added something different, that willingness to will, I think. And now we've seen that obviously through his career, that experience to win and to elevate somebody's level and ambition and drive to the highest limit. And he's extraordinary at that.
Tom for Fulham.
Hi Mikel. Of course, one of your main title rivals of the weekend failed to win, Liverpool against Manchester United. Do you ever notice on the training field after one of your main rivals has failed to win that your players perhaps have a bit more of a spring in their step during a training session?
I haven't noticed that, but obviously there is a lot of narrative afterwards. But that's it. I mean, every game in this league, it's a must-win and a very difficult game to win. And we all, I think, very appreciative of that. So you don't get carried away with any of that.
And just on Diego Simeone as well, when you come up against a manager who's been in place for such a long period of time, does that in any way make your preparation for perhaps what you might expect from them easier? Or because there's so much data and so much evidence, does that in some ways make it harder to prepare for a game?
Well, on this one, I think the hardest thing is the time that you have, basically a day when you can't really do much to prepare that. Obviously, understanding and the time that we have spent to analyze them and understand that. They have evolved as well for the team that they were probably a year ago to now, and how they can change as well in relation to the context of the match, which is something very specific for this team. And in order to after prepare the best way, yeah, you want to give them everything, but how you're able to simplify the information and make it as concrete, as clear as possible for being in the best position to implement what we want to do tomorrow.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
Can you just give us an insight into what makes Diego Simeone's team so difficult to play against and break down?
Well, first of all, the willingness to win. You can sense that in every single ball, in every single yard, the way they play. So it's about how they compete, and then after how they play. And I think there are two very different things. And in order to after analyze what they are, yeah, the level of organization is really high. The level of discipline is really high. And then they have acquired a lot of talent throughout the years that are very specific for the needs and the way they want to play, and they are very, very, very good at exploiting those opportunities.
This season, it feels like momentum's really starting to build for Arsenal now.
Yeah, I mean, amazing start of the season for us. I think there's always a lot of expectations on how the season starts. But to be honest, the most important thing is how it ends. It's good that we are in a good momentum now. The team is full of confidence and we are in a good streak at the minute. But obviously, this is a long journey. The good thing is we are mentally ready to approach it and give the best of us.
You're one of the players in this team that are really good in the air. Arsenal are really good at set pieces. Do you think it helps that there's so many good players competing in training that you get better and better each week?
Yeah, that's one of the secrets, definitely. We have an amazing squad this year. We've made a lot of signings which have bring the level even higher. And every training session is a challenge, and it's always good to have these good qualities around you that pushes you and makes you even better. So yeah, it's always good to push each other, and the whole level of the squad and individually the players is going to go upwards, and that's something that everyone will benefit from.
Hi, Mikel. We just spoke to Mikel Arteta, and he was talking about how he's been working on trying to be more calm and more relaxed on the touchline. From a player's perspective, have you noticed a change, particularly from last season to this season, in his approach?
Well, I mean, you can see he is a really intense manager. He wants everything to go the right way. I see him as a really good character on the touchline. I think sometimes you need that intensity in terms of a player. Also, the crowd can see that he is committing to the team and to the results. And in training sessions, you can see that fire as well. So that's driving for us. And yeah, it's amazing to have someone that can show that body language in a good way when he wants to push to push you to get better, but also in the difficult moments when he's calm and he can, put the arm on your shoulder and say, hey, it's now time to be together and push. So yeah, I think he has done a great job lately in managing that character. Yeah.
It's Atletico Madrid tomorrow night. They were very interested in signing you as well before you came to Arsenal. Was there a chance that you could have ended up lining up for them against Arsenal tomorrow? And was it ever close, that move?
Well, it's always rumours. There's always talks in transfer market window. So yeah, there's nothing new there for me. I know that every window is always a lot of speculation about it. But the thing I am most proud about is just to be around this family, be at this club, and yeah, I have started this journey one year ago, and I'm really happy to be here and to represent this club.
Thank you.
Hi Mikel, your numbers for Spain have gone up quite a lot recently. I think it's 6 goals in your last 4 matches. Does that in some ways come from your move to Arsenal? Has your improvement come from the national team in part of how you've been coached here as well?
Well, in part for sure. I think the way we train here, the way we prepare every game and every training session makes you adapt to every situation on the pitch. And maybe in a different moment in my career, I wasn't used to be in the box as much. And obviously that time last year where I had to play as a striker, I think has helped me a lot in terms of identifying where to, position myself on the box, where are the weaknesses of the centre backs, what they like to do, what do they not. So yeah, I mean, every training session, every game is a chance to learn, a chance to improve, and I think I've used all those moments to become a threat now in the box, and I'm happy to be scoring goals, and hopefully I can keep doing it.
And this